Hi, I'm by everything / Whitney. Feels a little bit weird to refer to myself as my YouTube username, like my channel name. So hi, I'm Whitney, and I just wanted to sort of talk about an idea I had and that I'm going to try out now and see if anyone's interested. I'm not sure if anyone cares to hear an explanation, but I'm going to give one for why I'm doing this. Okay. So my idea is what right now I'm calling sort of ASMR quick fixes, and it's basically exactly what it sounds like. The idea would be to intentionally make videos that are maybe like 5 to 10 minutes long, and they're relatively short. Oh, that's literally what I said. They're relatively short intentionally. And I wanted to sort of explain my reasoning, because I don't want it to just sound like I'm being lazy. And I also want to make it clear that I want to make long videos still. For one, I prefer listening to long videos myself and watching long videos. It's my strong preference. So I want to make content that is content that I would enjoy myself. Not that I don't I don't watch my own videos except to edit them, kind of. But you know what I mean. Creating content that would be the kind of thing I like, which is why I don't really whisper much. Do like a little bit of whispering when it could be like, okay, I don't know, not much whispering, fairly long form. That's sort of what I like the most. Role plays. I don't really watch anything that's not role play really, and so that's mainly what I want to create. But I have a couple of reasons why I think making some short ones might be nice. First one, people might just sort of like short videos. I used to prefer that when I first got into ASMR back in the day, like 2012. I used to prefer really short videos. So I would be like 6-minute makeup roleplay. Dope, that's exactly what I want. Now that seems just like such a tease, but it's what I liked then, and I can definitely imagine people currently still liking that, or just getting into ASMR and sort of having to get into the whole thing. It is, I can imagine it being weird jumping into a 45-minute plastic surgeon roleplay or something if you are new to ASMR. So these are just going to be kind of short for people who like short stuff or are new or whatever. The second reason is that I think it could be a good time filler for people. I feel really presumptuous saying this because it sort of suggests that people particularly fill their free time with my content, which is not really what I mean to say. But that's what basically I'm going to say, which is that, sort of if you have a bus ride that's going to be 10 minutes long, or you have 10-minute wait for the doctor or something, and you just want something that is going to be start to finish and relatively quick, then I was thinking trying to make some content for that kind of scenario as well, and that it can fit into that scenario as well. Not that you particularly want to fill all of your time with my content. Not just assuming that. The fourth thing is that I can also sort of, like I said, I like making content that is primarily the kind of thing I like. That's primarily role plays, primarily long, and sort of lacking very, very obvious ASMR stuff. So sort of minimal, just saying like, I have a makeup palette here, I don't really like that as much myself. I do have a makeup palette here. And I know I do tapping and stuff, but you know what I mean. Like extremely obvious. And I don't really like whispering. I think it's really weird. And I sort of feel weird if someone's like, hey, I'm gonna cut your hair. What do you think? And I'm like, no, you can't cut my hair. That's really creepy. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling. Basically, I like sort of more natural ASMR. I prefer role plays and I like long videos. That said, if someone preferred something that was shorter or something that was, that's what I'm creating, regardless. But if someone liked things that are like whispered, or someone wanted something to be sort of more overtly ASMR, or someone wanted something that's not a role play, it's something that I'd be willing to do. Take suggestions for things that I may not be super into myself. I just sounded like I'm judging people who like these things. I'm really, really not. I'm just saying what I feel. But, yeah, that's that. The fourth reason is, again, sort of presumptuous. I don't know how other people who may potentially watch this feel about mindfulness, but I find it to be, I feel like it's sort of, the parts of it are the key to, like, very important things, and parts of it are extraordinarily annoying. And I just don't really like it very much. And meditation in general. I know the idea is to get comfortable with silence and everything in part, and to be able to be in the moment. But I don't like silence. I'm an extremely auditory person. I am almost always listening to music, listening to ASMR, listening to podcasts, or books. It's not that I'm uncomfortable with silence, I'm just bored as fuck by silence. So, I don't like it. So what I sort of do and see as sort of a mindful activity, because the thing that I take from mindfulness as being important is being able to bring your focus back to one thing and dismiss irrelevant thoughts. Because I use audio. So during the day, mostly I use podcasts and books because I listen to those on double speed for the most part, which means if my mind wanders, I miss a bunch of stuff and have to go back, and that's annoying. So it's a really good way for me to be like listening to something and then something comes into my mind and I just sort of have to bop it away like a little balloon or whatever. That's sort of what I imagine. But especially when I'm, sometimes in the day, but especially when I'm going to bed and stuff, I want the same thing from ASMR, which is my mind is often racing, and instead it's like, no, I'm gonna focus now on my eyebrows getting done. And that's what I'm doing. And I'll fall asleep because my mind is just much, much more calmed down, and it's sort of on one track. So that's sort of what I take from mindfulness in general. And I think that, again, this feels really presumptuous, but I can imagine liking shorter videos where I might have tried to do the sort of like 10-minute headspace thing, I might instead do ASMR or some other audio, so I can focus on that and just use that to relax. And I'm not saying use my content to replace research-backed meditation stuff. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I don't really like doing those things. So if you don't either, maybe just taking saying I'm going to sit down for 8 minutes now and I'm going to get my hair cut. That's what I'm focusing on. Might be helpful. And I know I'm rambling. I'm really sorry. The last thing is, and I've been not sure about if I should bring this up or if anyone cares. Especially because I don't want to sound like the kind of person who's just like, oh, I'm unwell. It's not like that exactly, but I'm a little bit unwell, which means shorter videos would let me do things when I don't feel so well. Let me just sort of get it, do a bit and still be able to create and release content even if I feel kind of bad. And I only bring this up because, I was not going to, but in my last video I was editing it, the Zelda measuring video, I was editing it and I sounded so out of breath, it was ridiculous. And that's because I just recorded one video, and then I went and recorded the other one, and I was talking and I was moving. The thing is that I have mysterious shortness of breath and low-grade fever. I don't have COVID. I really don't. I've been tested twice, once in May and once last Thursday. I don't have it. I was very sick in January, and since then I've had persistent shortness of breath and fever. So that means that if I'm doing something where I'm moving a lot, sometimes I just don't feel well. I don't. So I want to still be able to create content. So if it's shorter, then it's going to be easier for me to do, if I'm not super, if I don't have a ton of energy or whatever, even if I still wanted to make something, I can do a little thing. like I said, I don't want to sound like a person who's just like, oh, I'm so unwell. But I sounded so out of breath in that video that I thought I should bring it up. And I thought I might as well throw it in here as, you know, and just sort of explain another reason why I think this is sort of a nice idea. Yep. But don't take that as me just being like, I'm so sick all the time. If that is what it sounds like, it's not. But anyway, that's what I was thinking. Basically, people might like short videos. It could be a time filler for waiting for the bus or the doctor or something. People can suggest things that I don't typically do or wouldn't typically do. And I'd be much more down to try them. I think it could be something of a good mindful break to take a short ASMR video and listen to it as a sort of mindful break. And sometimes I don't feel very good, and it would be nice to record something that's a little bit shorter. And that's basically the whole thing. This was a little bit longer than I intended. I was trying to keep this short, but I rambled too much. So that's my idea. If anyone has any suggestions or they think this is really, really stupid, let me know. I'm going to be uploading other videos with this as examples of what I would be doing. So, yeah. If you watched this, I'm not sure if anyone even will watch this. But if you do, I appreciate you. I truly do. Like, for real. I really do appreciate you. I think it's really nice. You do. I do. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm rambling, and I'm gonna stop that now. So, I will see you later. Like, not really exactly that, but see you later. Bye.